can't see.
Welcome back to TPG fam. Today, we're testing the crowd favorite Sony XM4s with the Apple AirPods Max. We'll be listening to the guys' favorite songs and see which one of these headphones comes out on top. I know y'all are excited, so let's get started.
Up and down is good, but this is not good. Like, I feel like if I go a little harder than that, it's gonna definitely fly off. Yeah, and it's kind of sliding down on my head too. Left and right is still shaky, but because my ears are in there pretty snug, I feel like it's a little bit better. So overall, I think these are better.
A was more snug than B.
A felt lighter, so maybe A. Okay. But B, I could see it being just as good. Yeah, A felt lighter, but not a really strong preference.
This is hard. This is a tough one. I think overall, the Bs win this one. The bass response on these headphones is a lot better. It really rumbles into that sub bass and it still feels under control. The soundstage is almost identical, but this one handles those ting ting tong ting things a little bit cleaner. The downside of these is that the vocals didn't feel as upfront, but it handled everything else really, really well. The vocals weren't bad by any means, but it just wasn't up front and center like it was on the A's.
Halle Berry. I think they both sounded pretty similar, honestly. A is a tie. We'll just go with A, tie, slight winner A, if I really had to pick one, but that's just being picky.
It's tough. B definitely had much, like I could hear the sub a lot more. A was a lot tighter, but I think I'm gonna have to go with B, just because, at least for like this genre of music, like hearing that bass kind of like rattle my ears, I could see myself like really enjoying that.
So this is why headphones are good, because the soundstage is just, Overall, I think the Bs are better. So this is almost exactly what I said about the previous. The soundstage is about identical. The only thing that's different is that, again, the outer realms of the soundstage, there's this little electric guitar, it's like, dun, 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 dun. You hear a little bit more cleaner, a little bit more transparent. The vocals here, again, are just a little bit more recessed. They're not as in front of you. And the bass response is just a little bit deeper, a little bit cleaner. So overall, B wins for the exact same reason as the previous.
All right, this one's really tough. The only difference between A and B is how it feels on my ear. But the actual like listening to it, like the music, I think it's tough to really pick one or the other. Like this one, I think I liked B. Okay. But again, this is like, you're talking about like this. Like last time it was like A was slightly above B. Now this one's like B slightly over A. In other words, I probably have no idea. The way that it's going now, I'll probably pick the cheaper of the two if I had to pick one.
I don't think I need to hear the Bs. In my opinion, A's definitely triumph with that song. With the A's, like the guitar on the left, the keyboard on the right, even though they were panned, like I could still really hear them like really clear. Okay. And also the vocals in the center of the mix was like really up front, so I could hear like really clear. And I could still hear the bass, but it was like, it felt like it was like mixed well, like it was just like where it should be. It felt like all the frequencies were like, you know, where it should be.
I think this test definitively shows that these have the better soundstage, and it has just a little bit more of that live finger touch attack than the other ones did. I think, for me, that kind of seals it. I think Bs are overall the better headphone. Not by a landslide, it's close, because the soundstage is still really good. I think the Bs definitely have a little bit wider soundstage, cleaner soundstage as well, and just again, that live finger press. A's sound good, but uninteresting. It's the best way I can put it. They're just not interesting, they're just boring. They do everything okay, nothing excellent.
Okay, so maybe I have to take back everything I said. Well, at least for this one, B is much more crisp. So maybe I was only focused on the voices on the first and second test, but on this test, I think B is a clear winner. Like it feels like I'm there, the person playing the piano for B. But A, it felt like a recording. Not that was bad, but this is, I mean, it's clean.
Yo, man, A equals all day. I just heard the piano like clear. I could hear each velocity.
That's what it's called. Dan calls it how hard it's pressed.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
velocity.
I mean,
Okay, musician. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to my girl who plays piano. Everything just felt like what I would want to hear in like a classical piece. B, right from the get-go, the piano was really distant. It didn't really have that kind of clarity that I was looking for. A wins this one.
A sounded good, B's again sounded better. I will say that depending on how you like your vocals, B sounded like the dude was singing in my face, in my ears. A sounded like the guy was stepped out in front of me. So I think that's a personal preference in terms of what you like. Because for B's, the guy sounds like he's right up and close and personal. You can hear a little bit more detail in his voice, but A's still handed them good. B's did it just a little bit better.
All right, initial thoughts, man. I think overall this sounded slightly better, but I mean that's man, that's tough. I wouldn't mind having A, but I think B was slightly better.
A's, man, by far. Like with the A's, I could really feel the swing of the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like my head was moving by itself. B, once again, like I felt like it was pretty like murky. Like everything felt like, I don't know, like it was like covered by the like sub of the bottom frequency. So A just felt like a really good mix. So A.
Yep, B's take this one again. Everything else on the B's was better. The attack was better. The attack on those electric guitars, you can hear they're a little bit more lively. The bass response, in the beginning it sounds like an airplane. And it's again clearer on the outside and edges of sound on these headphones. So B is my choice again.
Yeah, instrumental wins on B, but voice-wise,
Vocals.
I mean vocal. I was trying to focus on that again, and it's just I don't think it's a big enough of a difference. I think B was slightly better, but not enough to say it's supposed A out of the water. Yeah, instrumental for sure B wins,
sure.
but vocal, I don't know, man. I keep going back and forth.
Damn, man, I want to give B something, man. I was looking for every. Now A wins again in my preference. Just like the guitars, like it really kind of stood out in the mix. Yeah, and then even Pharrell's voice was like really like clear and audible in A, but in B, once again, it's like the same thing. The like lower frequencies keep muddying everything up for me. So some parts was cool, like because this song felt like a live song. I appreciated some of the sub frequencies because like it kind of felt like the way you would hear in a concert, but it felt like a really poorly mixed concert. Like A just felt like once I was listening to it, like I felt like I was in the music. So A.
If you guys watching this haven't heard this track, put on some headphones and listen to it. It's nuts. This song really brings out the limits of a headphone soundstage, and B 1000% has, even though their soundstage is really similar, B's soundstage on the edge of the sound again just is much more present. A was not a slouch. It just was, it's boring, right? It's good in everything, but it's boring. It doesn't have anything where it's like, oh, that's really nice. Yeah, so just to be clear, A is not bad. It's good. It means it's above average, but it's boring in that relative to this, to B, it didn't do anything like spectacularly. It just handled everything well.
All right, B is the clear winner. I thought it was a little close in the beginning when you look at the individual one, but as soon as everything came on, you can, on A, everything just sounds muffled together.
Okay.
But B, you can hear every individual sound. So B wins.
Dang, I'm surprised. I think B took that one. That was crazy. I thought I was gonna say A, but A sounded really great, but the B, something about it felt really wide. I don't know what it was, but it really felt like bigger. I heard like things in B that I couldn't hear in A.
I think B is a little bit better, but it's not necessarily because of the noise canceling, but because the passive seal is better on Bs than the As.
But it's not like I can't hear anything, but A wins. Like if I put A in, you know, like the wind noise?
Yeah.
In both the first and second test, you couldn't hear it.
I don't think either really did an excellent job, and but I would still have to give it to A, because in the first scenario, I felt like I could still hear everything, but it definitely did do something, like it definitely muffled it.
Okay.
As opposed to B, it did muffle like some frequencies, you know what I'm saying? I definitely heard like a reduction in noise somewhere, but the important parts of like the waiter and then like dishes moving, like that felt like super clear still. So second scenario, same situation. It felt like the whole thing was shrunk in A, and then in B, only certain parts of the frequencies was cut off, so.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could?
I think B's win on both tests. On A, on the first test with no background noise, A's not bad, but it definitely sounds more muffled, like more noise canceling is happening. But then in the second round with the background noise, it just loses so bad. So I think B wins.
Oh, B wins, clearly. No comparison. You want microphone, you get B. You want noise canceling, you get A.
And the background sound is on? Dude, beat is so solid. Yeah, I didn't know background sound was on.
Which one were the A's? A's are the Sonys? A's are the Sonys, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I know I chose B for everything, but the price differential of $200, and I also know that the Sonys go on sale for a lot less than $349 all the time. Because of that, I know I chose B for everything, so if money was not an issue, the AirPod Maxes, for sure. But for me, I think I would go with the Sonys, because again, it did everything well. Didn't do anything amazing, but it did everything well.
Wow, battery life. Significant difference.
Is that important to you?
That's very important to me, because I don't like to charge my stuff all the time. $200. Wait, these are MSRP? Or is what you can actually buy it at?
MSRP.
For the price, I think I would, even if this is slightly better in some areas, this has a B.
Then how about MSRP?
A. Even at MSRP, it's $200 difference.
200.
Yeah, that's a lot of difference. That's a big difference. At the current price it is, I don't think it's worth getting this.
These are the A's?
Oh, really?
Yeah. These are the B's.
No. Really?
Yeah.
I really thought this was A the whole time. It's crazy because in the other video, I remember I loving these so much more.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I mean, I think I would definitely choose the A, but the thing that's really tough for me was when we did the phone call thing. Phone call like with headphones is huge for me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever date, you know what I'm saying, internationally or something. You know what I mean? If you global like that, you know what I'm saying?
Global,
It's tough. Like if this was just better, like if music was better, this is a no-brainer. For me, I'll pay $200. If the music was better and I got that call quality and then the looks, no problem. Like I'd rather spend another $200. But because the music for me is better in this one, but then the call is better on this one, and the looks for me is better on this one, I'm split, man. I'll probably take these ones. $200 cheaper. Across the board, the music was better. I guess I just learned how to talk on the phone like a regular person.
All right, the results are in. It seems like the Sonys are the winners based on price, the complete package. Interesting thing is that the guys were split on the results. Dan enjoyed the AirPods Max while Dave enjoyed the Sonys. Yong was, he was split down the middle. He would still choose his $15 pair of earphones. But for me at least, I think the fit and the quality of these AirPods are clearly better, but this carrying case, no. can't, this carrying case is not gonna work. But let us know what you guys think. Seems like based on price, sound quality isn't too different, so it's not really worth the extra $200 to $300 that you would spend on the AirPods versus the Sonys. But you know, you guys might think differently, so let us know. You can comment down below if you want us to review any other, you know, headphones, any other items or anything like that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.
Damn. Yeah.